Hello and welcome to the Hawk Central Huddle for Week 5. We are here at the Des Moines Register Studios. I am Chris Cuellar. With me, as always, is Hawkeye columnist Chad Leistikow. Chad, we are entering the second game of the Big Ten schedule. It was an ugly win for the Hawkeyes in Week 1 of the Big Ten play at Rutgers, but they somehow came out on top. The news coming into this week against Northwestern, dominating everything yesterday in Iowa City, was the injury of Matt Vandenberg.
Certainly Iowa's top receiver by a mile, 106 career receptions, and Iowa only has 29 career receptions left behind among its receivers. So where will those balls go? I mean, I think you're looking at Jay Shield for sure. This is his time to either step up or not. He's still stuck at one career catch or one career target. I think he's the main guy, but you also see Jermanique Smith and Devontae Young, Ronald Nash, Riley McCarron mixing in there too. We'll see.
You mentioned yesterday, and you asked Kirk Ferentz, and he said that he might be back sometime around bowl time. But you brought up the fact that the medical red shirt could still be a possibility. Is that a positive outlook?
If Matt wants it, and I think he will. I mean, unless he wants to move on with life, we know he got engaged.
Yes.
He should no hurdles really with the Big Ten. Based on my conversations with them yesterday, he should qualify just at that 4-game mark. So good news for Iowa there, a little silver lining. Of course, if he plays in the bowl game, he would not be able to come back. So that'll be the only thing worth watching.
The obvious transition in losing your top passing target is this might be an opportunity for the Hawkeyes to improve their run game. You wrote on that a little bit today. Are we going to see more LaShawn Daniels and Akram Wadley?
Well, I think so. I mean, the offensive lineman that we talked to yesterday basically said that's the plan, more running. That's a smart plan. I mean, Daniels is still averaging 5.8 yards a carry, and that doesn't count the 2 callback touchdowns.
He'd be over 8 yards a carry.
Yeah. And, those are questionable calls, probably both of them. So, and Wadley's at 7.4 per carry. So I expect, just like last year in Evanston, to see that. I would be surprised if Iowa doesn't really commit to the ground game on Saturday.
All right, we're heading into Saturday. Northwestern, a 1-3 team. They're 0-1 in the Big Ten play. What do we know about the Wildcats yet besides the Hawkeyes have won 4 out of the last 5 against them?
Yeah, they're actually very similar to Iowa in that they came in with higher expectations than maybe they've shown on the field so far.
Came off a 10-win season. So.
Exactly, and a lot of those same players are back. So they're kind of dealing with the same thing except a worse record, obviously. As you pointed out before we filmed this, both teams have a 2-point loss to a good FCS team.
Yes.
And you know Pat
on
Fitzgerald.
Field goal.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Pat Fitzgerald would love to beat Iowa, absolutely. And don't underrate their offense. Clayton Thorson's averaging almost 240 yards passing per game. So they can move the ball. They just have had trouble in the red zone.
We'll see how that pans out. It is homecoming week in Iowa City. Chad and I will both be there with our colleague Mark Emmert. You can check all of our coverage at DesMoinesRegister.com and HawkCentral.com all week long. Thanks so much for tuning in.